Been almost 4 years since we've had a Bernese mountain dog puppy in our house, and boy, did we forget how much work, but also how sweet and lovable they are. So late this summer, my husband's coworker asked if we would watch her 12-week-old Bernese female. And of course, I told him to tell her yes. We had her over a weekend, so how did our boys react? What did we do to puppy proof our home beforehand? And how many accidents did she have in the house? Let's find out. Welcome if you're new here, or welcome back. I'm Charlie and I've owned Bernese mountain dogs for over a decade now. I love helping people decide if the breed is right for them and giving you practical tips to make sure your dogs are happy and healthy for as long as possible. Thankfully, I had about a week's heads up that little Harper was coming to stay with us for a long weekend while her mom went on vacation. So what did I do to puppy proof our house again? Well, first off, right before she arrived, I made sure to pick up all the rugs and put them in our spare room. Not only because of her using them as potential chew toys, but also because I know puppies love to pee on soft things, and I didn't really want to spend my Sunday evening after she left washing rugs. So in the office they went. I also made sure all our doors were shut and shoes and socks were picked up off the floor. Our very first Berner was such a sock fiend. He'd eat your dirty sock right off the floor before you even had a chance to grab it. This can be extremely dangerous and cause stomach or intestinal obstructions in the digestive tract. But luckily, our Berner was able to always get them out the other end with no issues. But I wasn't going to be the one calling Harper's mom, telling her we were at the vet if I could help it. And I know some people get clips and ties for their cabinet doors, but we've never had a dog that's tried to open them, even while we aren't home. So I didn't bother doing that. But I also made sure our outdoor kennel was cleaned and sanitized. Our boys aren't in it very much, especially in the summer months, but I do like to have it clean and ready for use, just in case I need a quick, safe place to put them. I also brought out some carpet squares from the garage to put underneath her crate so it didn't scratch our hardwood floors. They're super cheap and easy to wash off if a puppy accidentally pees or poops on them. So how did we do the introductions? Well, Harper's mom dropped her off at my husband's work and he brought her home. When it was close to her arrival time, I put our boys on leashes and brought them outside. Even if you don't think your dog is territorial, it's always a good practice to have new animals meet each other in as neutral an area as possible. You just never know how they're going to react to an unfamiliar dog or person coming into their home. Once Harper arrived, we put her in the yard and let her sniff around and get used to things. I did my best to hold the boys back on their leashes, just allowing them enough rein to give her a good sniff, but not enough that they could jump or get a hold of her. And honestly, at first, she was terrified of them. Even though they're the same species and breed, when something that size comes barking in your face, you're going to either run or hunker down too. But they eventually got used to each other and we were able to let the boys off their leashes in the yard. So all three of them ran around and played for a while. It was super cute. In the house. So once we thought she tired herself out enough, we brought all three in for dinner. Our boys are taught to wait for their food and not beg us. Harper, well, I gotta give her the benefit of the doubt since she was only 12 weeks at the time, but she was a loud and persistent thing when it came to mealtime. She would constantly bark until the food bowl was in front of her, and she'd also paw at your leg. One of the things we did notice was that over the course of the weekend, since our boys are fed a raw and fresh diet, she went from really liking her own kibble to not wanting to eat it, especially when our boys had their food too. I told my husband I'm hoping we didn't create a little monster when she returned home. And by the way, if you're getting any value from this video, hit that like button, subscribe if you want more videos like this, and consider signing up for my weekly newsletter where I share even more dog content. The link is in the description below. Now back to the video. One thing I forgot from having a puppy is the constant supervision and the amount of potty breaks that it takes. So puppies of any breed require constant supervision. It's just like having a baby. But there is a hack. What we do is we keep the puppy on a long leash or a long line, so they're never too far from you and you can always keep an eye on them. We even put them on this in the house. And it was pretty typical that 10 to 15 minutes after she ate, after she drank, after she played, after she got up from a nap, she went outside. Especially immediately when she woke up from a nap, we would go outside. Anytime I saw her wandering around the house sniffing, outside. It could just be my faulty memory, but I don't remember my boy puppies ever needing to go potty so much. It was literally every 20 minutes during the day. She did do really great at night though. She went in her crate, cried for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then didn't make a peep until morning. And even though her mom told us she'd make it through the night, we still set an alarm to take her out once just to keep her more comfortable. And overall, she had about 2 or 3 accidents in the house over the whole weekend, but we did actually see her start to go to the door when she needed to go out. So her mom had said that she hadn't started doing that yet. What helps with our boys and what we've done with all of our dogs is we train them to a bell. So we hang a bell on the doorknob. If you have a puppy, you do have to sometimes tie a piece of string or baler twine to it to lower it to where the puppy can actually hit it. We bump the bell with their nose, open the door. Bump the bell with their nose, open the door. So then they start to associate when they ring the bell, the door opens and we go out. And then when we come back in from potty breaks, we always give our dogs treats in the form of an animal cracker. And she caught on to this really fast. She also learned to climb stairs really quick, which got exhausting for me. Then in terms of walks and playtime, so typically our boys are good with 1 walk per day or running around our farm, but Harper and puppies in general tend to be like Energizer bunnies, and then they crash. So we try to do at least 2 to 3 walks a day, plenty of outside time in the yard to run around, and plenty of stimulation with her toys inside to get that mental side too. Oftentimes people think that only physical activity will tire a puppy or even an adult dog out, but it really is that mental stimulation that does a lot of the work. So anytime you can do short 10-minute training sessions or have, or do a little bit of playtime with them, it really does help keep their mind occupied and tires them out even quicker. Overall, it was really fun having a puppy in the house again, and actually I was surprised at how attached my boys got to her by the end of the weekend. When her mom came to pick her up, Thor even barked at her because he didn't want her to go. But after she left, they crashed for a good 48 hours. They were exhausted, and so was I. Even though my husband helped some of the time, he works on the weekends, and so it was pretty much up to me to be the person doing the potty breaks, taking her outside and playing, going on walks. But I definitely got my steps in during those couple days. It also definitely gave me puppy fever. I would have as many dogs as my husband would let me, and I did try to ask for another one, but he said no. So we'll see how far that gets. But I hope this was helpful. It was just a quick insight into our weekend with a Bernese Mountain Dog puppy and kind of what to prepare for and how the days went. When's the last time you had a puppy in the house, Bernese or otherwise? And how often did they go out? Did you find that your girl puppies went out more often than the boy puppies? Or maybe that was just Harper? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching, and if you got any value from this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and hit the bell icon so you always get notified when another video is uploaded. And don't forget, berners are best.